In today's video, I thought it would make sense for me to translate your names from Sesotho to English because I already did a teaching you Sesotho video and you guys loved it, and now I want to translate your names to Sesotho. Is that okay? Is that alright? Is that okay? Is that okay with you? Are you okay with that? So in today's video, I will be translating your names to Sesotho. I will be doing that based on an article titled 103 Exotic Sesotho and Sepedi Baby Names, and it is written by Ashri Ahmad. So I have made a teaching you isiZulu video, and after that I translated your names to isiZulu. And prior to that, I've made a couple of teaching you isiXhosa videos, and then after that I have translated your names, yes, your names, to isiXhosa. And I've been making a lot of videos about the African continent, and I thought, how about I make a video where I translate your names to, a couple of languages, including Shona from Zimbabwe. Yeah, absolutely did that. You guys loved those videos. And so today, with me recently having taught you isiSotho, it only makes sense for me to translate your names to Sesotho as well. But I didn't want to just only focus on Sesotho. So I'll be doing two languages, Sesotho and isiPedi. Sesotho and isiPedi. I hope you will enjoy watching today's video, and without further ado, let's get started. Singapusanga maseko, masingene emxholweni, sigawuliswa rhoqa ngamanye amazwi. Okay, so for the introduction, Sesotho or Sepedi is a language spoken by Bantu ethnic group native to Botswana, Lesotho, and Southern Africa, with a vast culture, heritage, and tradition. Their Sepedi baby names offer and reflect the thoughts of Sesotho elderly and ancestors. The Sesotho take the baby naming tradition seriously, as they believe that these names shape an individual's character. Their names are gender specific and are selected after careful deliberations with many family elders. Take a pick at the Sotho or Sepedian meaning for baby names to find the one that finds to find the one you find enduring for your baby. Okay, I think that's such a beautiful summary. not just in the Sesotho or the Sepedi culture. You find meaningful baby names in all South African cultures. Baby naming is taken seriously, and the names definitely do have meaning. It goes without saying because you've obviously seen my other translating your names videos. Some of you find, beautiful meanings behind the names, and you've decided to use them yourself, which is absolutely beautiful. To make a practical example, I will use Amandla. Amandla Sternberg. Her name is a Xhosa or Zulu name, and it means power or strength. Amandla. Unamandla. You are powerful. Unamandla. You have strength. So Amandla, power. Amandla, strength. Her name is Xhosa. Her name is Zulu. Hopefully today you will find a beautiful name that speaks to you, Now, let's just go to the overview of the Sesotho culture. For an overview, Lesotho, also called Kingdom of Lesotho, is a small country in southern Africa, surrounded almost entirely by South Africa. So it is a country landlocked in South Africa. The term Lesotho translates to the land of the people who speak Sesotho. The Lesotho people follow some rites and rituals following the birth of the baby. If the firstborn is a girl, the father is soaked in water. If the firstborn is a boy, the father is beaten with a stick. The rituals suggest that the life of a female is occupied with domestic duties like fetching water, and life of a male is occupied by warfare. For up to 3 months, the child is secluded with the mother in a hut. And then in Lesotho, names are more than a word. The name given to a baby signifies something about the day she was born, or an attribute the parents have the child to have, like wisdom, courage, patience, kindness, generosity, or humility. It does not just serve as an identity, but also determine the type of the person the child will be. That's because the people of Lesotho strongly believe that the names have an influence on the character of a person. Below is a collective of Sesotho baby names for boys and girls. And speaking of that and the names with their meaning, I will use me as an example. My name is Siviwe. You probably know that. And if you're watching me for the very first time, I would like to translate my name for you. Siviwe is a Xhosa name. It has meaning. Siviwe, meaning our prayers have been answered. Siviwe, our prayers have been answered. funny enough, all my siblings before me have only just one name. But when it comes to me, my parents decided to give me two names. Both of my names are Xhosa names. In South Africa, back in the day, before I was even born, back in the day, during the apartheid era, it was common that everybody has two names. But their names were supposed to be an English name and a Xhosa name, or your cultural language name. So a lot of people did have two names. The reason why people had to have two names during the apartheid era is because it was difficult for the colonizers to pronounce, South African names. For instance, the first black democratic president of South Africa is Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela. So, on his very first day of school, the teacher asked him, "What is your name?" And he said, "My name is Rolihlahla. Igama lam ndinguRolihlahla." The teacher then said, "Your English name?" And then he said, "I don't have an English name." And that's when the teacher proceeded to say, "Well, starting from today, you do have an English name, and your English name shall be Nelson." That's how he got to be called Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela. It's not a name that was given to him by his family nor relatives. It's a name that was given to him by his very first teacher on his very first day of school. Anyway, now coming back to my name, Siviwe, our prayers have been answered. It's a very easy name, very easy to pronounce. And it's a name typically given to boys, but obviously you can also give it to a girl. And my parents gave me that name, but they also gave me a second name. My second name is also very easy to pronounce. In fact, it's easier than Siviwe. But I'm not going to tell you my middle name. It's a beautiful name. I love it. And once people know about my second name, they don't call me Siviwe. They use my middle name, my second name, because it's easier to remember and it's easier to pronounce. And so since a lot of people knew my middle name, they would call me by my middle name. But on my first day of school, I thought maybe it'd be easier for people to remember me by my middle name. So I should just say my middle name is my name at school. So on our first day of school, everybody was supposed to stand up and say who they are. And a lot of people stood up and said who they were. And then two people from my class stood up and said their names were my middle name. In that moment, I just realized, you know what? I'm going to stick to my first name, and people will have to just remember it. It doesn't have clicks. It's not difficult. So why not take the time to learn my name? I am Siviwe. That is basically it. And the interesting thing is that despite my first name meaning Siviwe, isicelo sethu yinkosi, which means our prayers have been answered by God, my second name goes so perfectly with my first name. And it makes sense when you put the names together, but I don't want to mention it to you, but you'll be like, that's interesting. Which gets to prove that parents or families put thoughts into naming their kids. Hence, they also gave me two names because they go well together. Anyway, so my parents took me back to go meet my grandmother after I was born, and as they were introducing me to my grandmother decided to give me a third name. So she was looking at me, and then she was like, "What a beautiful baby. Her name shall be Zintle. Her name shall be Zintle." And then my parents looked at each other like, "Yeah, sorry, we already named her. She already has two names. We already named her." My grandmother was like, "Oh, but I will continue to call her Zintle." Zintle meaning beautiful. Zintle meaning beautiful. I was a peaceful baby. I didn't cry. It was just like, as I was being introduced to her, I was just sleeping beautifully. And she's like, "She looks like she has a beautiful soul, and she should be called Zintle," meaning beautiful. Just a beautiful soul, a beautiful being. That's what she wanted to name me, but my parents already named me. I could have been Zintle. I was saying, "Hi guys, I'm Zintle." But no. "Hi guys, I'm Siviwe." Love my name. So, are there any Zintles in the house? Are there any Zintles in the house? Now, without further ado, let's get back into the Sotho video and translate your names to Sesotho. What's our first name? Well, this first name, I've never heard someone being named it, but it's a Zulu word, my understanding, but I could be wrong, definitely. It says Sesi. Sesi. Sesi meaning sister. Sesi meaning sister. In Xhosa, it would be Nontombi. Nontombi. Nontombi, which is a famous or a used baby name for a baby girl, meaning sister or a girl. Sesi, Sesi, Sesi. And then after that, we have Nyakalo, 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 meaning joy. Nyakalo, meaning joy. In Xhosa, it means mivuyo, 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 or gobani, 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 mivuyo, gobani, 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 meaning joy. And it's usually given to a baby girl. And then after that, we have Atile. Atile, meaning increasing family. Increasing family. Atile, Atile, Atile. And then in Xhosa, it would be Nokwanda. 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 Or Kwanda. Kwanda for a baby boy, Nokwanda for a baby girl. Increasing family, Atile. And then after that, we have Musa. Musa. Musa meaning grace. Musa meaning grace. Musa also means grace in isiZulu. isiZulu, grace. In isiXhosa, Nceba. Nceba. Nceba for a baby boy. Nonceba or Ncebakazi for a baby girl. Musa, Nceba, Ncebakazi. Does it both mean grace or mercy? Grace and mercy. I always use those names for the same thing. I know they don't mean the same thing, but when it comes to translating them, I always confuse the two. But I'll put in the description what they exactly mean. Okay? Cool. And then after that, we have Bina, 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 or to dance or refreshness. To dance or refreshness. Bina. In nomdaniso, nomdaniso, to dance. And that's such an old Xhosa name though. Nomdaniso. That's such an old name. And then after that we have Kauhelo, 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 meaning compassion, forgiveness, or pity. Kauhelo, Kauhelo, Kauhelo. In isiXhosa, it would be called Noxolo, 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 Noxolo. And after that, we have Pula, Pula, meaning in or during the rain. In or during the rain. Pula, Pula. In isiXhosa, Nomvula, Nomvula, Nomvula. And then after that, we have Mosela, 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 which means tail, tail, tail. And then after that, I've never had people being named these names, honestly, except for one or two. I've never, I feel like these are just Sotho words, not actual names, but maybe I could be wrong. Yeah. Like the next one, I know it is an actual name, and it is Ntabiseng, 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 meaning make me happy, make me happy. Nomvuyo, Nomvuyo, okanye vuyo for a baby boy, vuyo for a baby boy, vuyokazi for a baby girl. Ntabiseng, Ntabiseng. Absolutely love this name, Ntabiseng. And then after that, we have another name that I know for a fact is a name, which is Dineo. Dineo. It's a very famous Sesotho name. Dineo. 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 Meaning gift or talent. Gift or talent. In isiXhosa, sipho. Sipho for a baby boy, or siphokazi, siphokazi for a baby girl. No sipho, no sipho for a baby girl. I have mentioned in my Xhosa and Zulu videos that in our culture, in most cases, you put a no or a kazi at the end to indicate that the name is for a baby girl. If it does not have the no or kazi, then it is usually for a baby boy or unisons. There are definitely times where you don't have a no or a kazi as well, but in most instances, when you have a no or a kazi, it's usually for a baby girl. And then after that, we have tebelo. Tebelo. Tebelo, meaning expectations. Expectation. Expectation. What is expectation in isiXhosa? Do we have that? Expectation. I can't think of a name meaning that in Xhosa. Expectation. Nomlindelo. Nomlindelo. Mlindo. But it was more like waiting, not expecting. Just like on the wait. When you're waiting to expect something. Anyway, after that we have Ramatla. 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 Ramatla meaning strength. Ramatla meaning strength. And in isiXhosa, amandla. 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 The only Amandla I know though is Amandla, the American actress. It's not a very popular name for a kid. Not saying that people don't name them that. There are kids that, but it's not a very common name to name your kids. But Amandla, beautiful name for power or strength. Ramatla. Ramatla in Sesotho. After that, we have Palesa. 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 Another very famous Sesotho name for a baby girl. And Palesa means flower. 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 Palesa. Palesa. In isiXhosa, nontyatyambo. 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 And then after that we have Naledi. 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 Naledi, which is another beautiful name for a baby girl, meaning star. Star. Naledi. Naledi. In Xhosa, it is Kwezi. Kwezi. Kwezi for a baby boy, and Kwezikazi. Kwezikazi. Kwezikazi for a baby girl, which is Naledi. Naledi star. Kwezi. Kwezikazi. Naledi star. And then after that we have Mpho. Mpho. Mpho meaning gift. Mpho meaning gift, which is Sipho or Siphokazi or Nosipho in Xhosa. And then we have Lindelani. Lindelani. Lindelani meaning be patient. Lindelani meaning be patient. Lindelani is also a Xhosa name, meaning the same thing, be patient. But the one that I'm more familiar with besides Lindelani, meaning to be patient, is Lindani. Lindani. Lindani is more of a direct meaning of be patient. Be patient. Lindelani is more like expect something. Expect something, be in a place of expectance. Just expect something, expect something. Lindelani, there's something to come, expect it. Lindelani. And then Lindani. Lindani meaning be patient. Be patient. And then after that we have Matapelo. 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 That is the name of my neighbor in varsity. My neighbor in varsity, her name was Matapelo. Matapelo. Funny enough, our names kind of have like prayers in them, or like faith. They're faith-based. Matapelo meaning mother of prayer. Name given to a baby girl. Matapelo. Mother of prayer. Matapelo. In isiXhosa, you would name them Nomthandazo. nomthandazo, nomthandazo, the one who prays, nomthandazo, the prayer itself, mother of prayer, more appropriate in Xhosa, nomthandazo. We also have thandazile, thandazile, thandazile in Xhosa, thandazile meaning that you have prayed, you have prayed, you have prayed, thandazile. And then after that we have moipone, 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 meaning self-admirer, 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 moipone. After that we have bongi, 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 bongi. Bongi feels like a Xhosa Zulu name. Bongi, which is for sibongile or simbongile. Sibongile, which means we are thankful, and simbongile, which means we have thanked. And Simbongile is the name of my late uncle who we lost during the pandemic to COVID. He was such a sweet soul and absolutely miss him. Simbongile, Simbongile, which means we are thankful to God for our baby. We have, thank God for this baby. And then after that we have bonolo, 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 meaning ease, ease, bonolo, ease, bonolo, ease. What would be ease in Xhosa? No one is called Lula, Lula, Lula. Bonolo. And then after that we have libiko, 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 libiko meaning praise, 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 libiko. Dumisani, 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 which is a name given to a baby boy. Dumisani, dumisani, libiko, praises. Oh, it doesn't say praise, it says praises. Ndumiso, 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 praises. Ndumiso, praises, also given to a baby boy. And then we have, let's say, tsepiso, 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 meaning promise, promise, tsepiso, tsepiso, promise. In isiXhosa, sithembiso, sithembiso, sithembiso. And if it's a girl, nozithembiso or nosithembiso. Nozithembiso meaning promises. And then nosithembiso meaning promise. And then sithembiso meaning promise for a baby boy. And then if it's no sithembiso, no zithembiso, it's a baby girl, singular and plural. Tsepiso, tsepiso, tsepiso in Sesotho. After that we have dintle, 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 meaning beautiful, beautiful. Nobuhle, nobuhle, zintle, zintle, nobuhle, nobuhle, nobuhle in isiXhosa. Just like in the story I told you. In Sesotho, dintle, 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 and it's beauty or beautiful. It's a name given to a baby girl. And then after that we have basetsana, basetsana, basetsana. Basetsana Khumalo is such a beautiful, beautiful lady. She's a very famous Miss South Africa. She's a very famous Miss South Africa. Basetsana Khumalo. Basetsana Khumalo. I mean, who doesn't know her? She's amazing. Love, love, love Basetsana Khumalo. And her name, Basetsana, translates to ladies, ladies, ladies. And she is such a lady. Love her. Basetsana Khumalo. Love her. Basetsana meaning ladies. Ladies, once again, just like Sesi or Osi, it means nontombi, nontombi, nontombi. I'm just thinking if nontombi is more like a girl, though. I'm just thinking lady, lady, lady. Nontombi still is the more appropriate one. Nontombi. Nontombi is still more of appropriate one in this instance. And then after nontombi, basetsana, we have tuso, 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 meaning help, help, our helper. Tuso in Xhosa would be noncedo, noncedo, noncedo for a baby girl. Luncedo, luncedo, luncedo. Nicknamed luncedo for a baby boy. Noncedo, yeah, noncedo meaning Nlesh, Nlesh, Nlesh for a nickname. If it's a baby girl, hey Nlesh, hey noncedo, njani Nlesh. Hey Lunga, njani luncedo. For a baby boy, meaning help, our helper. Nlesh, luncedo. Tuso in Sesotho. And then after that, we have Matsimela, 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 Matsimela meaning roots, Matsimela meaning roots. And then in isiXhosa, Velaphi, Velaphi, Velaphi. Velaphi was the main character of my favorite show, which is a Xhosa show called Velaphi. Such an amazing show. The show Elizabeth, kind of like her character, her quickiness. How do you say it? She reminds me of Velaphi Mjongeni. Ubrada ke nomvelaphi ejongeni basebenza amathambo engqondo makabahambisele zapasela kaloku abeshukushukuma Eden print atsho usisijoyce sana. Hey unombi wayaphi no Ethel yo hayi sana masiyeke. And then after that we have Kamohelo, Kamohelo, Kamohelo meaning welcome or acceptance. Kamohelo, welcome to the world, baby. Welcome to the world, baby. We are welcoming you, we're accepting you into our family. Kamohelo, Kamohelo, Kamohelo. Samkelo, Samkelo, Samkelo in isiXhosa. Kamohelo in Sesotho, Samkelo in isiXhosa. Welcome, acceptance. And then after that we have Rapula, Rapula, Rapula meaning father of rain or giver of rain. The only one relating to rain in Xhosa is Nomvula, which means rain or the rain itself. Nomvula. And then after that we have Lebohang. Lebohang. If you know and you watch my videos, you know why I'm acting like this when I'm saying Lebohang. If you know why, you know why. But if you don't know why, forget about it. No, I'm just joking. Lebohang was the name of my very first, like, best friend in primary school who lived in my small town, and the very first friend I've ever made was Lebohang, and she was amazing. And then after that, she failed a grade, and then her family left town, and then they left for a couple of years. I never forget her face, and I remember everything from my childhood, like it's imprinted in my mind. I remember everything. So she came back after a couple of years, and then I just saw Lebohang. It was like seeing her on the street. Like, hey, Lebohang, how are you doing? Because I still remembered her. She was like, hi, do I know you? My heart was shattered into pieces. Lebohang no longer remembered who I was. I was like, so yeah, basically she didn't remember me, but she was the name of my very first, like, best friend. Yeah, cool. Lebohang. Lebohang. Lebohang meaning be thankful. Be thankful. Be thankful. Be thankful. Be thankful. Lebohang. And then after that we have Lewatle, Lewatle, which means ocean. Lewatle, meaning ocean. In Xhosa, Luandle, Luandle, Luandle. Beautiful name, love that. And then we have Katleho, 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 meaning success. Katleho, Katleho, meaning success. In isiXhosa, mpumelelo, mpumelelo, or nompumelelo, nompumelelo, success. Katleho, Katleho. And then after that, it's a very famous name, by the way, Katleho. And then after that, we have Kabelo, 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 meaning given, 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 Kabelo, Kabelo. Simnikiwe or Nikiwe, 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 given, Kabelo. Kabelo is the name for a baby boy, and then Nikiwe is a name for a baby girl in Xhosa, Kabelo Sesotho, meaning given. Nikiwe, or Nikelwa, Nikelwa. Nikelwa is not more like given, it's more like an offering, an offering, Nikelwa. And then to be given, Nikiwe. In Xhosa, both for a baby girl, a baby girl. After Kabelo, we have Pule, 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 Pule meaning in the rain, Pule, in the rain. And then after Pule we have Tsietsi, Tsietsi, predicament, a predicament, Tsietsi, also another famous name, Tsietsi. And then we also have Selo, Selo, Selo. It's a surprise that this name is so popular with the people of Lesotho despite its sad meaning, wailing. We think it's probably because of its sophisticated sound. Selo, Selo, meaning wailing. And after that we have Tumelo, 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 meaning believe or faith, believe or faith. I'm just thinking in Xhosa like no, nkolo, nkolo, nkolo. We don't have nkolo in Xhosa. which is to believe. Themba. Themba is to have faith, and themba is to trust, I trust you. Themba is trust. Just thinking of faith, believe. Themba. I believe Themba. I have faith in you. I believe you. Themba, that's Themba or Thembakazi, which is more like believe. Themba or Thembakazi for a baby girl, for Tumelo. But faith, what's faith? Faith. Nkolo is faith, but I don't know anyone named Nkolo in Xhosa. And then after that, we have what else? What else do we have? What else do we have? Just one last name. Letsatsi. Letsatsi is our last name of the day. Letsatsi. If you want a happy-go-lucky name for your child, this lovely Sesotho name would make a lovely choice. It means sun or day. Sun or day. Letsatsi. And then in Xhosa, you would name them sun, langa, meaning sun. Noma langa for a baby girl, langa for a baby boy, noma langa for a baby girl, which is letsatsi. And that is actually our last name of the day. So, the Sepedi tribe is well known in Africa for its rich culture and traditions. So, we have put together a list of names for your baby inspired by this tribe. Therefore, give it a quick read and choose the best name for your little one. So, we have officially come to the end of today's video. Do let me know which of the names was your absolute favorite. Hopefully you enjoyed watching today's video. Ulale kakuhle, uphole kakuhle, uzole kakuhle. Nokuba yintoni, nantoni oyenzayo, uyenze kakuhle. By the way, before I go, in Sesotho, when you're greeting, dumela, dumelang, dumelang. That is the Sesotho for greeting. Lebitso la ka ke Siviwe. Anyway, you should definitely check out my Sesotho lesson to learn more about that, and hopefully you have found a couple of names that inspired you today by watching the video. Good night, sleep tight, sweet dreams, and whatever it is that you do. I hope that you'll flourish. We'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye in Midnana.